Hola.
Welcome, Primas.
Woohoo! We are live and ready for our first ever.
Thirsty Thursday.
Woo!
Oomph, 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 oomph. It actually is Thursday when we're recording this.
So we thought, why not?
The children are on spring break on her end, so
Yep.
don't have to
It's
be
getting
fully,
wild.
fully.
It's
Yeah,
getting
yeah.
wild.
If you are new here, which we have a few new Primas, welcome. I'm
Welcome.
Clari,
And I'm Kristi.
and this is
Dear
Dear Primas.
Primas. You came and to a good one to listen to or to watch. So we're
I
happy you're
know.
here.
Thank y'all. Again, if you are seeing us for the first time, make sure that you follow us on our socials. We have Instagram, TikTok, YouTube. You can follow along wherever you like to listen to your podcast. We are available on Spotify, Apple Music, YouTube if you want to watch us.
Mm-hmm.
Did I miss anything?
All the platforms. No, I don't think so. Yeah.
Okay. Well, yeah.
Let's
So,
kick this Thirsty Thursday episode off.
oh, she's getting real wild.
Okay, look, I didn't have many options here. It was a Topo Chico or it was Kim Crawford, and it was hot. So I was
Oh.
like, I don't know if I want to do that to myself. So we're going with El Julio, and
Ooh,
we're
she's
gonna just
turning
take
up
a
for
shot. We're
real.
just gonna take a little teeny tiny shot, because I
Just
don't really have a shot, a shot, a true shot bottle
glass.
glass.
Wow.
It's been that long, This was straight from the fridge. And look, I don't even know how old this chamoy is,
Oh,
but
yeah.
if you are local, actually, maybe she could mail it. Maria Sweets with the chamoy. This is what I was really looking forward to.
Yeah, I was kind of missing that whenever I was picking my beverage of choice. I was gonna keep it classy and go get a white wine, but they didn't have the one that I was wanting. Adrian had picked one up by chance and I loved it, but they didn't have it. And picked it up on our walk. So then I just got
Oh,
some high
so
noons. I was like, you know
cute.
what?
You
It's
know what?
fine.
They have tequila high noons. Did you know
They
that?
do. They didn't have any there that I saw. I didn't really search. It's just like the little Publix liquor store that's at the bottom. So I was like, you know what, this will do, because I feel like the vodka ones they don't make me have hangovers or anything. I've
That's
never
true.
really drank a lot of them that I
Yeah.
can think
I feel
of,
like that's the
but
perfect beach drink, too.
exactly. So I was like, you know what, it's not gonna hurt to have some on deck in case, I do want to have a little pop
Yeah.
a pop a top on the beach, because I
You know
have
those
actually not done so.
reels that
Nobody knows
oh
what's
yeah, I was
coming
gonna
yet. Yep.
say a
No.
beach.
Uh, but I do have a little, I don't know if it's gonna work out here, but do you know what that is?
Is that our light? It made the move?
It is.
You know what? I was wondering about that
It
the other day,
is.
and I was
That's
like,
for
"Oh, R.I.P." I didn't know if it made the move.
she'll
There
be
we go.
just she'll
Aw.
be there. Um,
Should I take
and
this
then
or should I sip
in
it?
honor oh, well, I mean, however
I'm
you wanna live
scared.
your life, girl. Don't think if you're gonna shoot it, don't think too much.
You're right, you're right.
But mine is in honor of the Houston Rodeo.
Oh.
Yeah, we got this
Wow,
for
look
like
at you buying
$5
the
last year.
merch. Oh.
It was like $5 on it was like the last weekend last year. I got this one and I got a glass one.
Ooh,
But yeah, so I was like, you know what? Let me be festive and bring the Houston roots back in Miami.
cute, cute. Very appropriate. You
So
know that one reel that they're like, when you're trying to have a serious conversation and the tahine is like
yeah, every time. And now
I promise we're not getting that
oh my god.
serious, but it's gonna be a
Yeah,
fun
no,
episode.
it is. So we are going to I think we need a little mini whoop catch up.
I don't fancy like this in person, so I didn't even take it all.
You're gonna be like, it's hot in here. Hey, no chase or nothing. She's just going at it. Respect. Not even a little margarita, just
I don't
straight.
know what I
She
was
said, "I
thinking
need it's
now.
been a day." Um, no, but I did wanna share since the last time I think well, we were gonna try to record the other episode last time, and then we got rudely
Mm.
interrupted by my children. Um, there was a I did my first audiobook. Um,
Wait, which one did you do?
yeah. Well, I did, Listen for the Lie, so I was reading it, and then
Oh,
I was
okay, okay, okay,
also
okay.
because 'cause I'm like, "You know what? I think this is a good, like, intro into
The
audiobook
audio
world
life?
because it's a
Yeah,
podcast
it's
in
so
podcast
good.
form," and it
Yes.
was so good, yeah, that was one of the ones you got me for my birthday, so I think that's the first one that I
What
read
did you
from the
use to listen to it? Audible?
so I had, free credits from Audible from, I don't know
Nice.
where. So I went ahead and did that, and I downloaded 2 other ones, which I kinda regret now because one of them I feel like it needs to be more of a tangible book. It was the, Tiny Humans, Big Emotions, but I feel like it's a
Oh,
hard
mm.
listen to,
Okay,
like,
okay,
I
okay,
just
yeah.
kind of I don't know, I've kinda started it, but honestly, I haven't given it like, I haven't gone back to it.
You'll
And
have to
then,
give me let me know how that one is because I have that one on hold. I
yeah.
haven't listened to that one yet.
Yeah, and I've heard a lot of good things about it. I feel like it's, like, on everybody's, like, if you're a reader, parents, reader book, which I haven't really read many of, parenting topic books, but, it seems like one that's really interesting. And, and then I'm currently reading Reminders of Him, which is also from the Christy de la Fuente, library, not a gift. You gave it to me. You're like, "Well, in a pile of, like, here,
You
read this and
have
read this and read
it.
this on."
I
Yeah.
have been searching for
It
that.
was
I was thinking, who did I give it to? I went out and bought another copy because I was like, who
oh,
did I give
oops.
this book to? That's okay. It
Yeah,
can
no,
it
I
can live in
haven't
Miami.
I'm, like, halfway through. Yeah, haven't
Oh,
picked it up like, I started it, but I haven't picked it up this week, but it's like a nighttime reader, which
are
is
you
pretty like,
listening to
I
it
like
too?
it so far.
You're listening to
No,
that
no,
one
no,
too?
no,
Oh, okay, okay,
I'm
just
just
reading now.
reading it,
That one's
yeah.
good. Colleen Hoover, so she's the author of that one. She's very digestible and very easy to read. I feel like she's a very good intro to books if you are wanting to get into books. She's very digestible. Like her books.
Yeah, I wanted to update that, and then the other update that I don't know if you've seen or heard of Traitors, the show?
Yes.
Did
Obsessed.
you watch
Are
it?
you lying to me right now? Are you playing a
No!
joke on me?
What do you
Yes.
mean?
Yes, we've been obsessed with traders for just this last season. We've recently like we
Yeah,
went
this
through.
is the only Oh my gosh, you didn't tell me this?
Okay, so it reminds me of the werewolf game. Do you remember when we used to play the
Okay.
werewolf game all the time?
Yeah, yeah.
It reminds me of that. So, I mean, the kids got into it. But wait, are you watching it from the first season?
No, I just started this last season
The
because 'cause I'm
fourth
like, okay,
season
I was
with
like,
Rob.
yes,
How do
yes.
you feel about
I was
Rob?
like, well, he's exactly who I thought he was, but no, but I love
No,
Rob
much
in this. I
in
like
traders.
Rob as a person and yeah, like it's just like, but I just still think he's,
Mm,
theatrical and he
really
knows how to yeah, I don't
manipulate.
think
Okay, wait. So what episode are you
oh,
on traders?
100%. Okay, if you can't say that he's not a manipulator now, you cannot.
I just think he is who
But he
he
played the
is.
game.
He played the game. Wait, so you watched the
Yeah.
whole thing?
Yeah, I watched the whole thing.
Oh, okay, okay.
Did
Mara,
you watch the whole thing?
Moira,
Oh, yeah,
Moira, yeah.
Moira, yeah. I felt
Oh,
so bad. I saw all the TikToks that were like,
yes. Oh,
she was like Moira in the room, and she's like and then they say, like, "One of you is a traitor." She's like, "Am I a traitor?" Like, she would think she's a traitor before that she thinks Rob is a traitor. Oh.
that
But,
was
like,
so
the
good.
heat but the way that everybody was, like, going in on him at the reunion, I'm like, "Y'all, this is literally the point of the game." Like,
Yeah, yeah.
the chinito, like, when he was all, like, so hurt and
Oh, yeah.
upset, and I'm
I
like,
forgot his name. Yeah.
Eric? Was it Eric?
Eric sounds right.
I was like,
Eric sounds really right.
"Relax, like, it's not personal at
But the
all."
fact that
Like,
he was recruited and then, like, he was, like,
y
cut,
yeah,
that was
yeah,
brutal. That
but
was
also it's just like, you knew what he did to the other ones,
mhm,
so it's
mhm.
like, why and also he didn't just because you're like, you didn't he didn't have to do any of the hard work, so I'm
Yeah.
like No, he shouldn't reap the benefits of just being
That's true.
recruited and then
That is true.
yeah,
And he did
yeah.
say that. Rob did say that. He
Mhm,
was like, "Would
mhm.
you split 100,000 with, somebody you just met or 200,000?"
Like,
Whatever it was.
yeah, 3 weeks ago? No.
Right.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And I did feel bad for that comedian guy, Ron.
Oh,
I
yeah.
I did feel bad for everyone was just ganging up on him.
Mhm,
Um,
mhm. Poor guy. Yeah.
but yeah, someone that one of my friends, she was like she put on her story, like, before I had started watching it, like, "If this is the first season that you're, like, tuning in, you need to, like, go back to see how far, like, the show has evolved, la da 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 da." But I feel like
Oh.
I was just really interested, of course, because Rob, and I felt
Yeah.
like there was, like, some personalities that I like, Mama Kelsey, I
Yes,
really wish
yes,
she would've made it a little bit
yes.
further,
I agree.
um,
And it was cool
but
because I think
but
what
that's
somebody
what
else
made
told me
me
was
watch.
that they'd never had a secret trader before, is what I
Yeah,
was
yeah,
told. So that was a new thing
yeah.
for it. That was cool.
Mhm, yeah, they said that on, like, the first or, like, they would present when they told everybody there was, like, a secret
Mhm,
traitor, I
mhm.
think, and yeah, that was a cool, no, I liked it, I enjoyed it. I don't know if I'll
Yeah,
go back and watch the other seasons, maybe if there's somebody that I
same.
recognized, and then
Mm,
Steven from Laguna Beach, shout
uh,
out, but
okay,
if
but
somebody was like, "Why
low-key,
does
they
he play
said
as One Tree Hill?"
I mean, that's not how we got Steven, I feel like. That
No,
was a little bit like,
no.
"Oh, we need to get with the times."
Is he not repping Laguna Beach? Hello? But
I was gonna say,
this
yeah,
is back on their, like
I don't remember him being on One Tree Hill, like, that much to have, like, a recognition of,
yeah.
no, Laguna Beach for sure. Oh, well, my update is I'm officially in my romancy, uh, I
Smut.
was yeah, you know what, though? I don't know, maybe that's not what just happened? No, I got a thing that said restart computer now.
Oh,
Um,
no.
so I guess I've read Smut, and the first book wasn't that, so I don't know if ACOTAR maybe it gets there, I think it does, obviously, but yeah, I also read ACOTAR. But the first one that I read was Quicksilver, which is also like a romancy, and it's just the fantasy, right? But
Mhm.
that audiobook was also super good. And I'm curious to see how Danielle pronounces some of the names on the
Oh.
ACOTAR book. I'm gonna send that and see how she says it because I am mind blown that she was able to read, or even anybody.
What?
No, no, no,
I'm
no, no,
I'm
no,
gonna cut that part out. I
no,
just
no, that anybody will read these names
Yeah,
because the
yeah.
names on here, I'm like, there is no way I would get past it and just like continue for a whole how many books are there? Series of it.
Yeah.
The names are wild.
I feel like I've just seen, like, TikToks about the names. Of
For
course, I
sure.
haven't read it, but
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. Love you, Daniel.
Okay. I don't know how she could read. No. It's okay. She doesn't listen anyway.
Yeah, she really doesn't.
Um,
ACOTAR, The Smut, um,
is this the fairy is it the fairies one?
it's the fairies one.
Okay, okay,
It
okay.
is the fairies one. But I get it now. I get it.
Yeah, but you're also easy reader, so I don't know. No, but it has a big cult following. It's, like it's huge. I
Yeah.
see it everywhere.
So yeah, prepare to
Oh,
be
and
sick
then
of me.
Paradise, have you started
I
Paradise?
have not. I have not. I'm waiting. We
Okay.
did start Love Story on Hulu
Oh, yeah, I
um
saw that yeah.
with JFK Jr. or something. Do you
Mhm, it's
remember that like whole story?
no.
John was talking about it like it was just yesterday to
Well,
him, and I
he's
was like,
old.
"Oh,
No, I'm
you're
just
old."
kidding.
That's exactly what I said. I go, "Dang, I guess you're old because I don't remember that."
No, not really, but also, yeah, I think and I don't think
He's
my
old.
I don't
I
know.
know. He was like, "I remember that day that it happened," and I was like, "No,
No,
I
because
haven't." I don't know, I'd have to
I don't
Google
know.
it when it happened
I
'cause
don't
it
think we were born. Were we born? I don't think so.
no.
I don't know. I don't wanna seem that ignorant either, but also I don't, history,
It
certain things were just not my best
s
subjects.
same, same.
That's funny. Yeah, no, but I was gonna start on like, it automatically started playing after something, I don't remember what, but
Mm,
yeah, I feel like I was like, "Oh, I do need to go come back and watch it."
yeah.
But, I convinced Adrian to watch Paradise,
Okay,
so
what does
we
he
started
think?
s um,
From season
no,
1?
so we started back
Okay,
on season 1, which I'm like, "Okay, this is a show that you can, like, rewatch for sure and, like, pick up on things, and also
for
just not
sure.
remember because there's so much happening," I feel like.
Yes.
Um, and so, yeah, no, he's liking it, he's watching it, and so I did watch a few episodes of season 2 before I convinced him, um, I have no self-control, so
Oh,
watching
yeah,
it
yeah.
with him is, making those episodes stack up, and because 'cause we'll watch, like,
Mm,
maybe, every other night, or it's definitely not every night that we get to, like, just,
yeah.
so, um yeah, I think we're on, like, episode maybe 5,
Oh,
I think,
shit,
of
there's that
season 1
many?
of
Oh,
season
oh,
1.
season 1. Okay,
Yeah,
okay,
but
okay,
I
no.
think there is 5 officially
Because
of
3
season.
were released the first time.
Yes.
Okay, okay.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure that there's, 5 now,
Okay.
but yeah, so I'm not watching anymore until we're watching it together,
Yeah. It's a great
and
show.
so it is,
Pretty much if you
it's
haven't watched it, it's
so
so
good.
good. What is the main guy's name?
His actual name?
Yeah,
I don't
I
know
don't know
anybody's
either.
name.
Yeah, no, I'm terrible with some names, but,
Yeah.
he the whole premise of the show is, like, there's just basically a underground bunker of some sort of volcano? What was it?
Tsunami, I
There's a
believe.
tsunami?
Yeah, it was like earthquake, tsunami,
Oh,
like water, yeah, it's like water flooding the
the
towns,
world.
and
Okay,
it's
okay.
just like it's like all the major, I think, just a lot of major catastrophes that,
Okay,
but
all at
it's
once
like
happening.
earthquakes, but tsunami, yeah, like, it's, what's the word? Like, I don't know, Mother Nature, or it's like physical catastrophes, or I don't know, catastrophes that are happening. It's not like it wasn't like a country came and bombed the
Yeah,
US, it's
yeah.
like the world seems like it's coming to an end because of a
Some sort
natural
of event, yeah,
disaster. Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
It's a great show. Pretty much if you haven't watched it,
Mhm.
you should totally watch it.
So good. A
Yeah.
little too, yeah, it's a little scary, to
It is a
think,
little
like,
surreal. Yeah.
there is yeah, there's a lot, and I'm just like, and I was talking to Dee the other day, I was like, "You know what? I don't know if I were to have survived, like,
Mhm.
in the didn't make it to the bunker, whatever, and if there's something like, I don't know if I have the will. I
Right.
don't know if I have that fight in
Yeah.
me, especially if
Yeah.
it's just me, I don't know. There's a
Yeah.
lot, but
Yeah.
yeah, no, it's so good, and she had said, actually, she said she had a hard time making it through the first episode, but I feel like you have to. I feel like there's just, I don't know. I think, and especially
First
her, because
episode
I
of
kinda,
season 1?
yeah. Yeah, that
Oh.
she didn't content, like, she hadn't seen in the full season 1, and I was like, "You have to give it another chance,"
Mhm.
and I feel like I was, but maybe it's because I knew where the show was going, but I feel like even the first time I was pretty hooked, but I
Yeah.
think at least you gotta give it a solid 3 episodes because,
Oh, yeah.
yeah, there's just a lot that happens, and
Yeah.
I think that most would thoroughly enjoy it.
Mhm.
Um, yeah, so that's, I think, what we're watching, and that jazz. And reading. So this episode,
This episode,
we're gonna be
um,
talking about.
look, we're both millennials, and I feel like, we just have a certain, energy about us. We have like a certain, we have certain characteristics about us. We we have certain behavior, right?
Mhm,
As
mhm.
millennials. And I don't know if you can relate to this, pretty much, but we just, I feel like we shouldn't be responsible to raise. I don't know who left us in charge, to be quite
How we
honest.
became in charge.
How we became in
How
charge. Yes. Um, but I feel like most of the, millennials that were or we are señoras now. And
Mhm.
it comes with a set of, challenges and responsibilities. Um but
And
no,
I do
really.
think, I feel like but, like, even just, like, the millennial woman, we are a youthful generation, I'd like to
We
think.
are a
I
youthful
would like to
generation.
think, okay? I feel like not only from, like, appearance-wise, but, like, our personality
Mhm,
types.
mhm.
I think it's yeah, we're a very special species, and we some would say a little elite, when it comes to certain but no, I do think that we're a youthful generation. I do think that we are just, like, we're most of the time go with the flow for a lot of things because we've lived through a lot of shit, okay? Like, we've like, just how John can remember. We may not have, like, as crisp of memories of things, but we've lived through a lot of things in the world that was happening around the world, and I think one of the biggest things is the evolution of technology. Like, we
Mhm.
were there for it, most all of it. Like, we knew what vinyls were, we knew what a record player was. Did we, like, actively use one even though they're trendy again, right? But, like, no, but we also knew what cassettes
Cassette
were, we
player,
knew what
yeah.
VHSs are.
Mhm.
Yeah, uh, DVDs, Blu-rays, a cell phone, a flip phone. We knew what a car phone kinda looked like. We knew it was a big block, right? Like,
Right.
the laptop, the
Home
computer,
phones.
the internet,
Yeah.
dial-up, home phone. Yeah,
Landlines.
we all love the little rotary phones. Like,
Yeah.
we know what all those things are.
Mhm.
And there's, like, people today, like the kids or, like, even adults today that don't know what a lot of those things are because they were not born yet, you
Yeah.
know?
Yeah.
And I don't know, so yeah, we are very special, we lived through a lot, we experienced a lot. With that being said, that just molded us to be very different, I think, and we can spot another, millennial woman or mom to add
Mhm.
an extra layer to
Layer.
that, you
Yeah,
know?
yeah.
Yeah. So how do you wanna kick this off?
Yeah, what should we,
We
okay,
can
yeah,
just kinda talk
yeah.
about, different aspects of what we feel like represents a lot of the millennial moms out there.
Okay, I like that.
Okay. Yeah. So,
Millennial moms
do you
or
wanna
just millennials in general? You go
yeah.
first.
Me? You had a long running list of things, okay. I would say, first as a millennial mom, I think I'm gonna go with mom first because I feel like that's where, like, my brain was before.
Yeah.
Um, a big thing I think is the whole internal battle of the gentle parenting revolution,
Mm.
which I do think the older millennials kind of pioneered this in a sense. Like, they kinda took control of this gentle parenting, and they said they were going to stop generational curses and blah, blah,
Mm,
blah, 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 blah.
mhm, mhm.
Um, and I would say that, that the threshold of a mother that's a millennial for the gentle parenting for most, I would say, is dependent on the amount of caffeine and energy that you have on the day. We do our best.
Valid.
It's gentle hands, keep your hands to yourself. "Okay, stop touching him!" There's, like, a level to it, and I think that we try
Yeah,
to do it
to stay on
until
course.
and they make us who,
Mhm,
we don't
mhm,
wanna be, and it's hard to not, and there are those gentle souls that are just out there, and they're just made for those redirections, but,
mhm, mhm.
whew, boy, is it tricky, and that's that I have, like, I think a
The
rather easier,
redirection's
but
direction, like,
oh
the
my
just
god,
the
it's exhausting
it
mentally.
oh, yeah. That takes a toll.
Trying not to say no trying not to say no is, like, impossible.
Yeah.
It's not, for me anyway. I
I
just
am
like,
curious,
oh.
though, if that book, what was it called? Tiny Humans, Big Emotions?
Mhm.
Addresses anything of that sort.
I
Um,
think it's slowly getting there.
okay, okay.
Yeah, but it's all
I'd
about, like, see, and that's, like, another thing, like, letting them have their emotions, like, that's what it's, like,
mm,
getting towards, like, or it's also saying, like, don't be scared of the big emotions, which I do try to be cognizant of that, right? But
sure.
also don't act the fool
Right,
in public.
right,
And you can
right.
only do so, like, like, how much I will let your emotions be your emotions here in the house, in your room. I don't like,
Mhm.
that we're but I feel like when you're out in public, there's just,
But
like,
they really
so
know.
much of
They really know. Jaden will, like, get to a point where in public, he'll be like, don't pinch me. Because
Oh,
he knows I will go for the
yeah,
back of the arm.
yeah. I told Antonio today, I don't know what I don't pinch him, but I'd like of course, he's still little, right? But, like, um, my Vero used to pinch and my mom it drove my mom nuts to, like, Abby and stuff,
Oh,
but I will, like, pull him because, like, he's just, like, annoying with Santi, like, Santi's ha he's like, "Ah!" Like, he's had it, like, it's with the head tapping, it's not hurting him, but I'm like,
yeah.
"Dude, if someone was doing this to you all day,
Mhm.
you would
Mhm.
be over it." And I'm so tired, it's been a year, I told him, "It's been a year," I told him this today, "It's been a year of me telling you to stop touching his head, and I've had it." And so today, I've, like, pulled him off. I just pulled him off of him, and not like, I just like, "Stop." "Ow, ow,
Uh,
ow." I'm like,
the theatrics.
"Antonio,"
Yeah.
and I'm like,
Yeah.
"Don't you ever say 'ow' whenever I didn't hurt you, and I did not give you pop out. I didn't do anything."
Yeah.
And because 'cause I'm like, "You." Oh, there was
Yeah.
this one sorry, this reminded me of TikTok. She's also a millennial mom, on TikTok, and she's like, "I never like, you don't know until you have kids yourself, right? Like, you could judge parents, you could judge this, you could judge that,"
Mhm.
but
Mhm.
she was like, "Kids really just do be saying shit just to say stuff." She's like, "I was at Walmart and she wanted a toy and I told her or she said something she wanted something and she told her, like, "No," or she told her to stop doing something, and the little girl was like, "Are you gonna punch me in my face?" And she's like, "I have never punched this little girl." She's like, "I've never even spanked her before." She's like, "And she said in public, 'Are you gonna punch me in my face?'" And I don't
Oh my
she's like, "I've
gosh.
never" she's like, "Nope, all kids lie. All kids lie." She's like, "Because there's just no way." She's like, "I'm obsessed with this little girl. She could do anything," and I'd just be like, "Okay." And she's like, "I would have never." But I'm like, "Yeah, kids just do be saying stuff." Like
Yeah.
or, like, not all kids lie, but, like, I just
Right,
thought it was
right,
so
right,
funny.
right.
Yes, like, the owl just took me out today. I'm like, "Ain't no way." He had started kinda doing it, but today was so dramatic. "Ow, ow, ow." I'm like, "Antonio, stop. You don't even do that when I actually give you pop out." Um, but yeah, I do feel like we are we try. I feel like we try. I'm trying to really raise emotional, intelligent human beings and
And we're
then
trying.
also
We're trying.
be I also want them to be respectful and know how to act and be
Right.
courteous and, like, all the things, and I feel
Do
like
want to
there's
give
just
so there was this past week or past 2 weeks. Of course, Jaden is playing with John John in the tournaments. So he's in his bracket, which he's 6, John John's 8. Um, and he was getting like one of the tournaments, he had first hole, didn't hit the greatest shot. I thought it was still good. Jaden did not apparently, started crying. Okay, let it slide. Next hole. Or finish the hole. Didn't do, I guess, what he wanted to do, which I thought he was doing fine. From where I was standing, I thought he was doing fine. S- I left the hole crying, went to the second hole. First shot, again, bad. Started crying. And this happened for, I think, John let it go on longer than I had anticipated him letting it go on because he kept looking at me like, I'm going to pull him. And he knows I'm all about
Mhm.
the good vibes during these tournaments. Like, I don't want, as
Yeah.
long as their moods are good and they're having a good time, I don't care how they play. Same with him. And he's like, but that is not acceptable because you're going to hit 9 out of 10 bad shots in golf, regardless. Doesn't matter. So five holes in and it's a 9-hole tournament. He's like, you're done, Jaden. You're done. You're carrying your bag and you're gonna just walk the rest of the holes. And the whole time Jaden's like being super dramatic about it. And we're like, okay, that's it. You're not playing until you can decide that
Mhm.
how you respond to whatever shot you take. That's the hardest part about golf is how you respond to whatever shot happens because it's going to be bad.
Mhm.
That's just it. It is what it is. And I want to say, obviously, he sat out for a week and then we let him play in a tournament yesterday, and today. But we read this book by Jalen Hurts, and it was something about a
Mhm.
touchdown, better than a touchdown, better than a touchdown. And one of the quotes in there
Mhm.
was 10% of life is what happens to you, and 90% is how you
Mhm.
respond. And I felt like that was so appropriate for the lesson that he was, he was having, which golf is not the easiest sport. Any sport is not the
Yeah.
easiest sport. You got to, like, half the time, you're not going to be good at everything that you do, but it's how you
Yeah.
respond to whatever it is happening. And I thought that was such a good and like perfect quote for what he was going through. And I was like, okay, repeat after me, Jaden.
Mhm.
10%. And we just kept like repeating it and repeating it. And he had such a good tournament yesterday that I was like, wow, maybe this was perfect timing that we read this book. And,
Yeah.
you know, but all that to say, gentle parenting is hard because the way that John was like, "You're done." And I mean, the other parents that were with him, they know us. They know
Mhm.
John's,
Yeah.
not the easiest on him, but goodness
Which
gracious.
is also, like, I think part that's so hard even when you're, coaching them, like, in practice-wise. You wanna make sure that
Mhm.
they're giving it their all and that they're taking it seriously, but also it's like a fine line, like, if you're too hard, that's why they're hard on themselves,
Right.
um, as well, and being so little, like, it's so hard, especially because John, y'all know their potential, and you want to instill, but you also me thinking about, like, Antonio starting to play sport because I
Mhm.
get frustrated with when we start doing baseball and he's, like,
Yeah.
switching stuff up all of a sudden, and I'm like, "Dude, you would just do," and I'm like, "Okay, hold on, he's 2 and
Yeah.
a half," but,
Yeah,
like,
yeah, yeah.
being an athlete, it's so easy to get, like, ramped up, but I'm like, "Okay, no, he's so little right now." It's like, yes,
Mhm.
about foundations, but you want right now, I think it's starting to, like, wanting them to enjoy the sport because
Exactly.
if
Bottom line.
you deter them,
Yeah.
they're not going to want to play when they're actually of age to actually, reap the benefits of said sport, whatever, right?
Right.
But yeah, it's hard. And I feel like, and I think I've said this in another episode, but I feel like the biggest benefit to gentle parenting is the way you respond is the way they
Mhm.
respond to
That's true.
certain
That is very true.
situations too. There
That is
was a
very true.
time when we were on
Yeah.
our walk and Antonio was throwing like a 15-minute tantrum. I mean, screaming his head bloody murder while he was in the stroller. To the point where I was like, you need to calm your ass down. And I never
Mhm.
speak to him that way. Like but it got me to
Yeah.
that point. I had talked to him nicely. I had offered him water. I had put water
Yeah.
on someone. Maybe he's hot. All the things. So the other day,
Right.
probably yesterday, Santi's and I have him in the crib because 'cause I'm making him I'm like, "Antonio, can you please go, like, try to make Santi happy, distract him?" Okay, well, then he goes in there, and I can hear him
Yeah.
talking, da, 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 and about 20 minutes after everything, all the chaos has calmed down, Antonio out of nowhere goes, "I told you, you better calm your ass down." I'm like, he told that to Santi, and I'm like,
Eh,
and
yeah.
I'm like, "Oh my gosh, he's only 2 and a half. I should," but it, like,
Yeah.
they get you to that point, but
Yeah.
and again, it's like,
Mhm. Mhm.
I'm like so that was a huge parenting
Yeah.
fail, but also I think a very millennial mom
No.
moment because,
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah.
it
I
happens. Do I cuss at no, I'd never cuss at him out, like,
Right.
but
Right. It happens.
yeah,
It
like
literally yeah.
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 So yeah, that's, my millennial mom tangent. Next.
Um, oh, you wanna do personal devices? Or no,
Oh, yes, yes. Let's.
um, oh, starting off with then a family computer. Like,
Mhm,
we
mhm.
grew up having a family computer, and that was just like, a stationary computer that never moved
Yeah.
versus personal devices.
Personal devices, it's just, like, at their fingertips. My family computer first, it started, like, in my parents' room because I think that's, like, where they
Mm,
set up the modem or whatever it had to be
mhm.
connected to, and then I think later it moved to the living room, but, yeah, either way, like,
It was
it was
always
in those 2
central.
spots.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, in the living room especially, it was just, like, everybody was there. Didn't stop us from using LimeWire, but,
AOL LimeWire, AOL chat rooms, like,
yeah.
Primas, how
Oh,
many of
yeah.
y'all had a no, tell me why Gladys we
Oh,
still know
here we go.
we all know her chat name.
I don't even yeah, no. No. We're not
Go
gonna
ahead now, you
y'all
gotta
can
share
go
it to the
back.
Primas.
Y'all no, y'all can go back to episode what episode was it, 20 or 25 when we said our random facts? Y'all go watch that if you
Oh,
really
yeah,
wanna
yeah,
know.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
We're done, I'm breaking up with that name. No, literally, it's so embarrassing, and it's linked to my Apple ID. This new computer that I have here for Christmas, it's, my Apple ID, okay? It's too late, I'm
Every
too
time
deep
typing it in.
into it. Thank God for Gmail because I would be, tied to
Locked
that
in for
forever at
life.
my parent my the parent teacher contact information.
Oh.
Oh, which there were some wild ones back in my teaching days too. I'm like, this is the email that you chose, knowing that Gmail is unlimited, you could do unlimited emails for free, and this is the one that you chose to provide. Um, but yeah, no, so personal devices. So again, like I was saying, we grew up with like all the electronical things, like the MP3 players to
Mhm, mhm.
iPods to like
Yeah.
iPhones, razors, the blueberries, the blackberries. Um, I've said that like I'm like an iPad baby for trying to raise a non-iPad baby. Now,
Mm.
I was not an iPad baby, but
Right.
I'm addicted to my phone. I like to watch things while I'm doing things, while I'm washing dishes, while I'm cooking. I am watching something
Yeah.
and I'm telling you, I'm like, "We're gonna listen to music on
Yeah.
the TV,"
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah.
Um, I think in that way, that's, and now there are, like I feel like we teeter the line, right?
For
Of
sure.
screen time, but yeah, I don't want it to be first resort, I think, is,
Right.
like,
Well,
the
and I
point.
think the biggest thing is too is they need to know how to be bored. I think I've seen that like
Mhm,
plenty of times. I think we've always been on the same page about that. Like we want them to be outside. We want them to be like just
mhm.
do something active outside, go outside rather than being in front of a screen.
Yes.
And as a family, do we come home like at the end of the day, do we all come home and sit around the table and like have a chat? No, we have a TV on and we happen to talk while the TV's on, but most of the time it's on sports. Like that's
Mhm,
just what we like to watch at the end of the day. And like some nights, Friday nights, we'll have movie nights. And
mhm.
that's about like, but do they have an iPad that they use on a daily basis? That's just not how we want to do we don't want them to have access to that, I think is the thing for now.
Correct. Yeah. Yeah, it's at their fingertips, like,
Yeah.
everything is just so much easier to access, and, there's only so much you can control, and I see so much about that darn little game Roblox that it's like,
Yes.
there's so much, like, inappropriate things that can go on that they don't
Yeah.
try to the
Yeah.
guidelines only protect XYZ.
Mhm.
It's a scary world, and it's always been
Yeah.
scary, but it's still, like,
That's true.
just so much it's just a lot more, and I think everything is, like, amplified these days,
Mhm.
but
Mhm.
yeah, like, having a kid and then, like, being social, like, we started recently since we're going to restaurants or just out places more, even if it's just stop and get, like, a smoothie or this, whatever, is having him try to order for
Yeah.
himself,
Yeah.
and, oh my god, the people love it, like, and he's
Yeah.
getting with each time, he's getting more confident in it, and,
Mhm.
like, he'll stumble or he'll say it backwards, like, he said fresa fresa de jugo or something instead of jugo de fresa, right? But,
Yeah.
like, they're like, "Oh my god, okay, yeah." And, like,
Aw.
we're just I think that's where these kids are lacking a lot of these
Mhm.
days is the
Mhm.
social aspect.
Mhm. Yes.
And yeah, he's
Yes.
still shy on the playground because he's two
Sure.
and a half, right? And
Right.
he's like
Right.
but he'll, like, try oh my god, it broke my heart the other day. Like, we were at the it made Adrian pissed, but I'm like, "Well, relax, buddy." We were at the playground, and there's, like, all these kids that take toys to the playground, and
Mm.
some are
Oof.
very nice and some are
Sure.
not,
Yeah.
and,
Yeah.
of course they're
The
like
one
big
toy that he
trucks,
goes to
monster
grab.
trucks,
Ugh.
tractors, and, like no, he didn't go to grab it. Look, he's an angel baby. At the end of it, he's like an angel baby. We've instilled very deeply into him, like, if it's not yours, don't touch it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um, like, we were so first so he saw the kids playing with it, so he kinda, like, there's, like, these big
Going to that
trees
way.
inside the park. Yeah, he went back and he was
Oh.
just kinda, like, watching it from afar, and I was feeding Santi in a stroller. Adrian had the dog, so he was, like, outside of the park because it's all fenced in, and then he, like, slowly was, like, approaching and just watching, and then he was just standing there, like, real nervous, and I'm like, "Just say, like, 'Can I
Hey, can I play?
play?'
Yeah.
And or do you want to play?" And he was so shy. He was like, "Mom," like, he was asking me to go, and I'm like, "You can do it or come back," like, and he was just standing there, standing there. The toys were eventually by themselves, like, the little kids left, and he was just standing there looking at him,
Um,
and he came back to me, and I'm like, "Antonio, you have to just ask the niño, like, you have to say, 'Can I play? Can I use
yeah.
the truck?'" I was like, "But don't just grab," like, we're really big on don't just grab it,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah.
And he knows that, he's so respectful of that, so he didn't, and so he was just standing there just literally, like, 2 feet away from the toys, just
Waiting.
looking at them.
Yeah.
This little boy comes up, grabs a toy, and goes like this, in his face, like, and then walks a few steps and then does it again. And my heart just broke. I felt so, and he was a little kid too, though, like, he was maybe Antonio's age, probably, like, but, like, he knew what he was doing, and I'm just like,
Yeah.
"That's so sad," or, like, "Just ignore him, don't wave your freaking finger in his
Yeah.
face."
Yeah.
And, and Adrian was like, and Antonio, of course, was, like, super sad, and then he was with, like, kids, and all the moms knew each other, of course, and
Uh,
they're all, like, playing or whatever, and then Adrian was like, "Kids that bring," he was saying this so loud, I was like, "Oh my god, I'm never gonna make friends here." And he was like, "Kids that bring toys to the park are lame, Antonio, you don't wanna play with them anyway." He was like, "You know what? You can run super fast. You can climb the slide. You go down that big slide. I bet you those kids can't go down the slide." And
uh-huh.
he's like
Uh-huh.
going in, and I'm like, all right, that's enough." Like, this is a pep talk for, like, and Adrian's like loud in general, but he
Yeah.
also was not trying to be quiet, and I'm like, oh my god, mortified. And I told him, please stop. And like people, like the people that were involved were not looking, but like there was a one man on the outside, like, what's happening? And then eventually, he got over it, and he started,
Yeah.
like, playing, and then sure enough, like, later, once he was, like, completely over it, first and then those little kids just kept fighting with each other the whole time, and he's like, "See, you don't wanna play." They're mean, like, they
Yeah.
fight with each other, like, you don't wanna be friends with niños that are not nice. And then they were trying to get him to go down the slide. That one kid, the mom was, like, holding him, the biggest slide, and he was, like, crying, screaming. He's like, "See, I told you he was scared of that slide." He's like, "You do that slide by yourself. You're not scared." And, yeah, but anyway, all that to say, like, the kids that bring, like, the toys to the park, like, I would say 90% of the time, they're just, like, playing with the toy. Like, yeah, they're
Mhm.
outside, but they're, like, not running and jumping and
Yeah.
playing or, like,
Yeah.
and also being social. Like, there's been so many
Yeah.
times where there's, like, a language barrier because a lot of the kids speak Spanish or Russian, and with boys, at least, the little, Antonio, like, they'll do, like, a thing, and they'll start chasing each other, and then they just start
Yeah.
playing, right? They can't
Yeah.
communicate, they're not communicating, but
Mhm.
they're just running around, and guess what? Most of the time, that little kid does not have a toy at the park,
Right.
like,
Yeah. Yeah.
so, that's part of the thing, but
Yeah.
yeah, I think part of that, like, raising them to be social, raising them to want to be outside rather than in front of a screen, like, the day
Mhm.
that Antonio's like, "No, I don't wanna go on a walk, I want to watch XYZ,"
Yeah.
that's when we're like, "Alright, we're gonna have to
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
stop," you know?
Yeah. Yeah.
And I do think there's a difference between TV time versus iPad or phone time, right? Like, that's just, like, a whole 'nother ball game. Um, but I also
I
do
think
like
too. Oh, no, go ahead, go ahead.
just, like, intentional TV time. Like, if you're gonna
Yes.
have the TV on, I like them to I want him to sit there and watch it, and then once he's over playing, then I'll turn music on, or something like that.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
I don't want it to be just, like, back or, like, what is specifically, like, a show for him, right? I don't want it to just be, like, on, like, background in a
Mhm.
sense. I don't know.
Yeah.
But
I
yeah.
was gonna say, I think the part about, like, being outside, I think too, it helps that John and I like being outside with the kids because I think it would be hard if, like, we both wanted to rot, which don't get me wrong, obviously, if you listen to our rotting episode, we know how to rot. Like, we are
Mhm,
rot
mhm.
pros. But I think the fact that we are always, like, encouraging them to go outside and we're like, "Hey, we'll go play catch with you." But also too, I think it helps that they have a sibling, obviously, that they can play with, 1. But if for example, like some of the days that Jaden, I would take him to daycare and John was off of school, I would still go outside and like, hey, let's go play catch. Let's like I would almost force him to be outside and show him like,
Mhm.
hey, you can play catch, you can throw the ball at the wall, like you can play basketball with the hoop. The hoop, just encouraging and showing him like
Yeah.
you can do things outside. And
And
these are
by
all the
yourself. Yeah, you
and
don't
by
need
yourself. You can have
company
a
and
bite. Yeah, you
yeah.
can exactly. Um,
Mhm.
where if he tells me I'm bored on breaks, like that, absolutely not. You will go run laps or do wall
Yeah.
sits. There's no such thing.
Yeah. Yeah. And so, like, yeah, we grew up, I think, TV heavy, but I think everything was just, like, more different, but we also grew up just as much outside,
Hmm.
playing and running around and with the neighbors, and
That's true. That's true. Until the
yeah,
streetlights came out. Ooh, the
I
shots got
just
me.
think the longer that I just think the longer that you can delay, like, a phone, the
Oh
better.
yeah, yeah.
I would say a millennial uniform just in general is a ball cap. Throw on a
Always.
cap,
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
that's a dead giveaway.
Somebody said like having captions on the shirt. Like, why do they do that? I love my caption shirts. Like, my favorite ones are reading is my favorite sport. I'd rather be reading. I just need you to know
I
that
need you to know that this is how I feel.
I felt so offended whenever I saw that. I was like, "Wait a second. I love my caption shirts."
That's so funny. I had phrased it as like, we all, I think, grew up with like, we have food at the house, right? Like,
Mhm,
you
mhm.
know,
Hard.
we do have food at the house, but we're also just like, you know what? Wouldn't it be nice to not have to think about what
Oh
to make
oh my.
tonight?
Oh my.
One pretty much a little bit more than the other here. But,
Don't get me
you're
started.
like, "You know what?
Chick-fil-A, Bella
You know
calls it
what? This
Chick-fil-A.
sounds Chick-fil-A."
Chick-fil-A every day. Ma, Chick-fil-A? Yes, girl.
Yes,
Chick-fil-A.
that's a good idea. Who am I to say no? You know what?
She brings
You know what? That we
oh,
do have McDonald's money. You know what? We do have Chick-fil-A money. Let's go.
we'll find where there's a will, there's a way.
Ye What? 6 to 7 versus 3, 6, 9?
Oh
Oh,
my oh.
6, 7. The way I just read that. 6 to 7. No.
I think
Okay,
that's
so are
more of
your
like
kids in the 6, 7?
they really are big, big on this. I think they're late on the 6-7 train, obviously, but they love it. They anytime there's this now Jaden's more like in it. First it was
Mhm.
John and he was kind of trying to explain to Jaden, and now Jaden's like 6-7, 6-7, and he'll say it because it's like the temperature or the time, and
Yeah.
they love it. But that
Yeah.
was all of that. Oh no, I was, you know how like whenever you're driving somewhere and when you're getting to your destination, like even if you have the music up, like no matter what, we're vibing in my car. We've got the music up, but when we get to the destination, the music comes down. Well, the kids were not coming down with the music. They didn't get that it was supposed to come down, and so I'm like
Oh,
going, and I'm not sure where I'm at.
I can't see with all the
I
screaming, okay? Can
And
you
I'm
not?
like "I can't see where I'm going. Can you stop or you will make me crash?" And I'm just, like, saying the most outrageous things, but I'm like, when the more overstimulated I am and I realize that the times that I'm more overstimulated is typically when, like, I'm on a time crunch because I already know I'm running
Mhm.
late, but I'm
Mhm.
not on time, and I'm like, just put your seatbelt on, just just like saying
Yeah.
unhinged things. And I don't know. I wish I could keep track of like the most outrageous things that I've said because I know there's been some. And John now he's at the point where he's like, "What?"
That doesn't even make sense.
He doesn't say that yet, but like I could tell by his face, he's like, "I don't know, John. I don't know why I say that. I just say the things that come out of my like first things that come into my mind. I just say it."
Another thing is, I think us millennials and millennial moms, just if you're millennial in a relationship versus married, whatever, all things, same umbrella, girls trips.
Mm,
My dad or, like, letting your significant other not letting, but, they go on their guys' trips or bachelor parties, bachelorette. My dad down there lost his mind one time whenever he thought or that I was gonna go, like, on a girls' trip, and he's like, "What? Like, what even is that?" Like,
Yeah.
that would not be a thing that is the norm for that older generation. They can't
Yeah.
even wrap
That's a
their
good
heads
one.
around, like
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah,
That's a really good one.
having, like, our having our
Our time
respective,
to
like, lives outside of one another, yeah.
that and then also just being like, you gotta realize you're like the TikToks that are going around, like, you are just a 30-year-old also living your
Mhm,
life,
mhm,
type of thing.
mhm.
Mm.
Yeah, like, that's why I feel like when I say we're, like, a youthful generation, like, our 30 compared to, like, our parents' 30, I don't just whole 'nother world, I feel like, it was just
Yeah.
and it is a whole 'nother world, right? But, like, I don't know, it's
Yeah.
just so crazy, and,
Yeah.
yeah, everybody had their different, experiences that might be a little bit more extreme, but, yeah, my dad would, like, never he could not understand that
Yeah.
we
Yeah.
function, like, just fine without one another,
That and
um
also too, like, the fact that I think as a millennial parent and millennial being, I think we know that our significant others or the people that we leave our children with are gonna be just fine. Like, we
mhm,
would I think it takes a lot for us to get to that point where it's like, "Okay, okay, but okay, 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 bye," and then when we're there, it's like, "Ah, what
yeah,
kids?" But
yeah,
it takes a lot of buildup to be like, "Okay, everything is set. You're good.
mhm.
Here's a package."
Well, and also, like, in the whole gender roles, like, the
Mhm, mhm,
traditional
mhm, mhm.
tasks, which some things, yes, it still stays, but I feel like now it's more of a choice. It's not like
Right.
it's this way because that's just how it is,
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
we have a say and we would everything has been
Yes.
mm, more like we're individual people, and I think a
Mhm.
lot of that also has to do with, of course, getting married later in life, having your experiences, being educated, all the things I think factor into that, and I
That's
think
true.
that our generation for sure has been one of the ones that's, like, waited a little bit longer to get married or, start having kids, like,
Yeah.
building the
Foundation.
relationship and
Yeah.
foundation, yeah, before adding to it and
Yeah.
getting life situated, living together
Yeah.
before getting married.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, I think that's, like, a big millennial thing too,
Mhm,
that I think a
mhm.
lot of people can relate to. We grew up with, Regina George's mom. I'm not a I'm not a regular mom, I'm a cool mom, to an extent. But, like, you have that, like, playing in your back mind, but then you're also just, like, not wanna give too much freedom, but not too
Right.
much helicoptery.
Exactly. Yeah.
But I feel
Yeah.
like we're teetering that line. We know,
Mhm.
like and I think I feel like a lot of people from the past overcorrect are overcorrecting with their kids or, like, they knew what they were getting into at a certain time, which,
Mhm,
of course, like,
mhm.
these days, you can't even get away with half of that stuff because of Ring
Right.
doorbells,
Yeah.
all the things. There's just so
Mhm,
much
mhm.
more that these kids have that we didn't grow up with, and
Thank goodness.
Life 360,
Mm.
that's, like, one plus of, I guess, having your kid having fun, but also, they're at that age, like, an older
Yeah.
age,
Yeah.
but I thought it was so funny, kind of it's, somewhat on topic, but, like, my mom said Nachito, so he turned 16, and, he had, like, some friends over for, like, just a little birthday, and he had asked Jenny, like, "Well, what time should I tell them it's over?" Like, it was starting at 3, like, "Tell people to get here at 3," and she's like, "I don't know, Nachi, like, 6:30, I don't know, whatever." So he was like, "It ends at 6:30, so you better have your parents here to pick you up," or whatever, and my mom, like she was like and literally the parents were, like, there right on the dot, and Nacho was like, "What? You told them what?" He's like, "Well, mom said that it was over at 6:30." She's like he was like, "You probably just, like, kept asking her all these questions, so she just threw out a number." Like, he was like, "You know that when we have people over, like, they can go home at whatever time." It's not a
Yeah.
thing. It's at our house. It's not at, like, a place. And I just thought that was so funny, but he's like, "Yeah, I don't know. I don't know." Like, it's just so different. Think about, like, us at
Yeah.
16,
Yeah.
then, like, we would've
Yeah.
just pushed it. We would've never asked. If nobody
Right.
told us what
Right.
time it was gonna end, we would be like, "Just show up and show
Yeah.
out."
Yeah.
Ju But I thought that was so funny, like, he didn't care,
That's
he didn't
hilarious.
question 1, he didn't question it, and
Yeah.
2, he was like "Alright, you better get picked up at 6:30 because that's the time that it's over." But he's also, like, a very just I don't know, like, all of these kids wanting to drive later and, like, not pressing, like, getting your like,
Mhm.
we could not wait. Are you kidding
Yeah.
me? You
Yeah.
cannot
Yeah.
wait to have that freedom. It's like,
Right.
right there, and I don't know. Maybe
Yeah.
it'll come back around with this with, like, our kids, and I don't know, which
Yeah.
also is terrifying too,
Right. Right.
but I think
Mhm.
our playlists, millennial
Oh
playlist,
my
like,
gosh. I
we
bought Ika
probably
a CD player because we found a bunch of CDs in my dad's house, and I was like, "We need to go through these and just see what we had on these CDs," because, I mean, the titles of the CDs were outrageous that I can
like,
only.
burnt CDs.
Yes, yes. Burnt CDs and just, like, the what it said on there,
Yeah.
I don't know, it was I don't know if she's even listened to any of them or if she even has them. Yeah, honestly, they're probably in a box still in my dad's garage.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, those playlists is that what you're talking about?
Yeah, well, just in general, like, even now, I feel like, for the most part, us millennials, we listen to, like, old like, music
Mm,
from more than, like, current music, like,
yes,
we
yes,
like our old school stuff,
yes,
stuff that we grew up with, and also older stuff, like, when we were still kids, but, like, grew up listening to it, like, we
yes,
go back to that rather than
yeah,
what's, like, with the times. Of course, you keep up with some,
sure,
but, yeah, I feel like we're very big on that, like
yes, yes.
going back and playing our old school jams and, like,
Oh,
getting
yeah.
ready. I remember, like, in college getting ready to, like, old school R&B or old school
Mhm.
reggaeton and, like yeah,
Yeah,
into this, just cleaning wise, like, all the things.
yes,
So, I
yes.
think that's very millennial.
Very, very. That's a good one.
Yeah.
Um, you have MySpace on here.
Oh, yeah. Just the evolution of all of that. So I feel like I was on Facebook on my laptop and, like, it showed my friends, and I feel like the friends that it was showing me, it was like, I don't know if someone else were to click on my Facebook again, you have to be on a computer, like, who does that? Nobody. But, like, if you were on a computer and you went to my Facebook, I wonder if you would see the same friends I saw, like, under, like,
Oh,
just friends list, but I feel like the ones
yeah.
that were up there are, like, the ones that comment most frequently or like most of
Mm.
my stuff or, like, it
Oh, okay, okay.
ranked it in itself. But, like, yeah, could you imagine kids these days doing the top
Oof,
8? Like,
oof.
we lived in
Could you
a
imagine
dog
us
eat
as
dog
adults?
world.
Could you imagine us as adults doing the top 8? John, you pissed me off today. You are moving down the list.
Honestly, that's what the world needs. That's what every once the top 8 selector went away, that's whenever we all turned soft, okay? We need to bring it back. We need to bring back being ruthless and petty, and yeah.
Dang. It's like getting
No, that
home and
was
seeing that you're no longer on somebody's top 8. It was devastating.
everybody was like a computer coder. We were all like, backgrounds, let's get shit falling from our
That was
music."
actually crazy.
It was such like, how do you explain that to
Yeah.
somebody who wasn't there? Like, you just can't. You just can't. The digital camera is, like,
Mhm.
plugging in your memory card after a weekend and, like,
Uploading the
uploading
entire.
highly edited photos to color saturated, uploading,
Yikes.
and yeah, it's just, like, so crazy. It was such a fun time.
It's such a fun
Um
time.
It was a like, I don't know. I feel like I'm, happy to be born when I was
I
because
know,
we got
for
to
sure.
experience a lot.
Yeah, yeah. No, absolutely.
Yeah. I think that's a good place to
I think so too.
end
I
it.
never finished my
Mm.
teeny tiny, I know.
I think there's, like, half of this, so that was, like, 1 I probably drink, like, 1 and some change, 1.5 of a Heineken Mazel. Let us know, what are some millennial giveaways? What are some unique experiences to just us that you think, whether you're just a millennial woman or a mom,
Mhm.
millennial wife, we're not doing their laundry all the time. What did we miss? What do you want to add to the conversation? And I think, that's all we got for you today.
Yeah. Thanks for sticking around.
Go have yourself a thirsty Thursday. What's more
Yes.
millennial than that?
Yep.
So
Yep. Until
all
next
right,
time.
guys.
Adios.
Bye.